Hey there. So today I want to go through and rank every track on Midnights by Taylor Swift, including the 3 a.m. edition tracks. So there's a few reasons why I want to do this. The first being that I put up a song ranking at the end of my Midnights reaction video, and it is hot garbage. So I guess first of all, I would just like to ask for forgiveness for that song ranking. I guess this is also kind of an apology video. I'm sorry for my behavior. Also, I did not rank the 3 a.m. edition tracks, so I would like to rank those as well. And the final reason why I want to make this video is that I have previously ranked every track by Taylor Swift, and Midnights obviously wasn't included, and it kind of bothers me that it's not there, so I want to rank these tracks too. So I found this on Tiermaker. It is made by this Twitter handle here, so credit to them for that. Getting into it with Lavender Haze. I think that Lavender Haze is a really solid opener. I can't think of a song on this album that would make for a better track one. I also feel like it sums up the sound and overall vibe of the album really well, so I do think that it's a really great introduction to the project. I don't think that it's mind-blowing or an all-time great or anything, but it's a great track. I'm gonna put it in A. Next is Maroon. I like the songwriting in this song. I think that the lyrics are great. Everything else about it feels pretty underwhelming to me. I think I would like this song better if it came later in the track list, but when it comes after a song as grand and as exciting as Lavender Haze, it just makes it feel really low energy. I don't think that it's a bad song or anything by any means, it's just missing a little something for me, although I do definitely like it better than the first time I heard it, so it has definitely grown on me. I'm gonna put this one in B. Next is Anti-Hero. This one definitely makes sense as a lead single. I feel like this is one of the few cases where Taylor actually chose a lead single very wisely. It's very catchy. I'm just not sure how it's going to age. I feel like this is the kind of song that could start to get on my nerves very easily. However, right now I do find it enjoyable. I guess my main issue with this song is that some of the lyrics are a little bit awkward to me. Obviously the sexy baby line. I know what it's trying to do. I get that it's a reference. I still think that it's a bad lyric despite knowing the meaning. I'm putting this one in B as well. I'm gonna put it above Maroon. Okay, next is Snow on the Beach featuring Lana Del Rey, even though it's barely featuring Lana Del Rey. So this feels like the perfect time to bring up one of my main issues with this album, which is the production. I am not a Jack Antonoff hater. I feel like he's worked on some really incredible albums. I'm not one of those people that automatically hates everything he makes. I think that that's silly. However, this song feels really suffocated and weighed down by the production, as is the case with a lot of the songs on this album for me. Also, the half a second that Lana sings in this song is so drenched in reverb that you can hardly tell she's there. Someone please tell Jack Antonoff that it is okay to turn the reverb dial down once in a while. Which is a shame because otherwise I really like this song. I think the meaning of the song is cute. I like the breathy vocals. It would definitely be an S tier if not for the production. It is still a great track, but it could have been so much better so easily. I am putting this one in A. I'm putting it above Lavender Haze. All right, You're on Your Own, Kid. I think that this is a fantastic track 5. I was a little bit worried the first time I heard it that it wasn't going anywhere, but the build-up at the end is so rewarding. I also really enjoy the way that she sings in the verses. Her voice sounds super light and bouncy with the way that she sings that melody. I find the verses super catchy. Also, the lyrics in this song are some of my favorites on the album. This track is one of my favorites for sure. It is going in S tier. Midnight Rain. So I have a huge issue with the production of this one, which is a shame because otherwise I think it's a really nice song. I hate the vocal effect in the intro and the first chorus. I tend to think that vocal effects like this sound corny more often than not, and that's definitely the case here. It just feels like they were trying to be experimental and it just doesn't really pay off, at least for me. I just generally don't think that that kind of sound is going to age very well. Other than that though, I like the lyrics. I just wish that they would have used her normal vocals the whole way through. I am going to put this one in D. Sorry. Okay, next is Question. Oddly enough, I do not really have an opinion about this song. If you can't tell, I'm pretty opinionated about every other track, but this one has me pretty conflicted. I think that it's a fine, fun, poppy song. Some of the lyrics just feel a little bit awkward to me, and also I feel like we've already had Taylor Swift songs with this kind of energy, and they do it way better than this one. I just feel like out of every track here, this one's the most forgettable to me. It's kind of just there. I am going to put Question in C. Next is Vigilante Shit. So I feel like this is gonna get me in trouble because I know this is a fan favorite. I hate this song. I would only describe 2 Taylor Swift songs with hatred. This is one of the 2. If you've seen my previous ranking video, you know that I am not a big Reputation fan, and this track has Reputation written all over it, which is unfortunate for me. The lyrics feel juvenile, and it feels like a regression to me. I thought that we were past this. If this would have come out as a Reputation Vault track, I think I would have been more forgiving because I expect this kind of thing from that era, but I just wish that we could move on from this. I won't rant too much because if you like this song, that's cool and great, but I really can't handle this one. It just feels like it's trying way too hard. I'm putting this one in F. All right, so Bejeweled. I have seen so many people slandering this song, and I think those people are silly. This song is so fun. I like the lyrics. I like the production. I think that it's incredibly catchy. I also just love Confident Taylor. Like, yes, talk your shit, girl. I also think that it's impossible to listen to this song and not sing along with the little nice in the background. That was just such a fun touch. It reminds me of the bridge in Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. I think that this song would be really fun to see live. I am going to put this one in A. I'm gonna put it at the end of A. Next is Labyrinth. I did not give this song the respect it deserves on my first listen. I think that this song is so gorgeous. I love how minimalistic it is at first, and I love the way her voice sounds. And I know you might expect me to hate the outro since I mostly dislike the vocal effects on here, but for some reason it really works for me on this track. I think the song would have been missing a little something without it. I feel the same way about it as You're On Your Own Kid with the way that it builds up. It just makes the song really rewarding to listen to. I'm putting this one in S after You're On Your Own Kid. I guess I really like a build-up, apparently. So, Karma. Let me tell you something about this song. The people that hate this song hate fun. I think that this is a perfect example of how Taylor's whole quirky girl persona can actually be really charming and endearing when it's presented in the right way. It also just feels really genuine in this song. Like, this song is so Taylor Swift in a good way. This is just such a bop. It's not doing anything new. I don't think it's one of her best songs ever or anything, but I've been coming back to it a lot since the album came out. It's very addictive. It's also just fun, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. I just think that it's at the perfect spot in the track list too, towards the end. I am putting this one in A. I'm gonna put it at the end of A. Next up is Sweet Nothing. This song is really good for what it is. I can see why a lot of people would find it underwhelming. I think that the songwriting in this is strong enough for it to make up for how low-key the song is. This is also how I expected the whole album to sound when I saw the promotional pictures, and I was looking forward to it, so I'm glad we got a little taste of this kind of sound. The fact that this song is so minimal also makes it one of the few songs here where I have no issues at all with the production. I feel like this is a weird track to be such a standout for me, but I just feel like it succeeds so perfectly at what it's trying to achieve. It's not mind-blowing or anything, but that's kind of why I like it. I'm putting this one at A. I'm gonna put it under Snow on the Beach. Okay, Mastermind. It took me a while to get this song. I thought that it was a really weird closer for the standard version at first, but the more I listened to it, the more I appreciated it. This is an incredibly specific thing to bring up, but I love the way Taylor's voice sounds in the bridge of this song. I'm not a vocal coach, obviously, so I don't know exactly the right way to describe it, but it just feels so full and light at the same time, and also so effortless. People that say that Taylor Swift can't sing are dumb. It's far from being one of my favorite tracks. It's not something that I can see myself coming back to super often, but it has definitely grown on me since the album came out. I'm gonna put it at the end of B. So now we're getting into the 3am edition tracks, and first up is The Great War. Again, I am not a Jack Antonoff hater at all. However, this is proof that Taylor Swift and Aaron Dessner together is like magic. The production on this track already suits my personal taste way better than anything on the standard version of the album. Also, her voice in the bridge of this song sounds very similar to her voice in the bridge of Mastermind, which we've already established. I really like that sound from her. I also just think that the lyrics in this song and the whole theme of this song are way more interesting than a lot of the standard tracks. I'm gonna put this one at the bottom of S. Next up is Bigger Than the Whole Sky. This one is interesting for me because it was one of my favorites the first time I heard it. However, I have not come back to it very often because it's sad. I think that it is gorgeous sonically, and I think that the lyrics are fantastic. However, again, I can't really see myself coming back to it very often just because it's not really something that I want to purposely listen to all the time because it is really depressing. I'm going to put it towards the middle of A. Next up is Paris, and I actually don't really have an opinion on this song either. I feel the same way about it as I do Question, where I feel like she's done songs like this before that achieve what they're going for way better. It's fine. I don't have any huge issues with it. It's just really not a standout to me. It's kind of forgettable. It's definitely my least favorite 3am edition track. I'm going to put this one in D, right there. Okay, next up is High Infidelity. I really loved this song the first time I heard it, and I don't quite know what it is about this song. It's just missing a little something for me. I don't even really know what that something is because I like the lyrics. I think the production is fantastic, but I keep forgetting that this song exists. So clearly there's something missing from it for me personally. I feel like objectively it's a good song, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just not that into it. I am going to put it at the bottom of B. Next up is Glitch. I think that the production in this track is really interesting. It sounds like nothing she's ever done before, but I feel like it works really well for her. I don't know, I just think that this is a really fun, interesting, quirky little track. Again, it's not like mind-blowing or anything. The lyrics aren't all that great in this one, but I find myself coming back to it a lot just because, I don't know, I find this one really interesting. I'm going to put this one in A right after Sweet Nothing. Okay, next up is Would've, Could've, Should've, which is, I guess, small spoiler alert, my favorite track on the whole album. The fact that this was not on their standard version should be considered a federal fucking crime. I understand that she put it at track 19, she released it when she was 32, I get that that's clever, but the fact that this is not on the standard version, holy shit, this makes me so angry. Everything about this song is fantastic. The vocals, the lyrics, the production, like I cannot find a flaw in this song. It is one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. I love this song. This completely makes up for all of the tracks that I'm not in love with on the album because I got this song out of this album. Therefore, I don't care about the rest. I got this song out of this fantastic album just based off one track. This one is obviously going at the top of S. Thank you. And finally, we have Dear Reader. So I have seen a lot of love for this track on my Twitter timeline, and I am glad that people are loving this one. However, I am not one of those people. I like this track narratively. I like that it's kind of like a sadder continuation of Long Live. I appreciate it for what it is. And I actually like the super auto-tuned Never Take Advice from Someone Who's Falling Apart. I think that that actually sounds really cool. I don't like the vocal effects in the outro of this song. I don't know, there are parts of this song that I find interesting, and I can appreciate what it was trying to do. I think it makes for a good closer. However, I just find this song super underwhelming. I can't see myself coming back to this unless I'm listening to the album all the way through, like ever. I am going to put this song at the end of the C tier, and that is everything ranked. So I will put the final tier list up on the screen so you can take a look at that, and hopefully this one's better than the one that I put up in my reaction video, because that one was god awful. Anyways, I know that this is kind of a shorter, weird video for me, but I just felt the need to do this. And I also felt the need to talk about this album again because I feel like it's just such an interesting album to me. Like the way that it's so critically acclaimed and the way that it's been selling so well. I just find this whole album release to be so intriguing, and I have so many mixed feelings about the album overall. So I just wanted to talk about it again because it's been on my mind a lot. Like, I have not stopped thinking about this album since the day it came out, despite the fact that I'm not even really that crazy about the album. Okay, anyways, I will, as always, put my social media in the description. You can subscribe if you feel like it. I have other Taylor Swift videos if you're interested. I would not suggest watching my reactions midnight video because it's kind of awful. But the rest of them are fine, I think, kind of. Anyways, as always, feel free to leave me a request if there's anything else you want me to do, and maybe I'll do it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope that you're loving the Midnights album, and see ya.